But Bobby Rahal is the leader at the moment and now begins to put just a couple of car lengths between himself and Danny Sullivan. Back to the Dr. Terry Trammell. He was the doctor that repaired Shirley Muldowney's very badly broken leg and feet, and has worked on several IndyCar drivers who have that type of injury, so he's in very good hands. Mike Nish in Toronto General Hospital. We go down to the pit area and get this report from Dan Matheson.
Cards point leader is a two-time winner this season, but Michael Andretti will not finish the Molson Indy in Toronto. Michael, what happened?
Well, Johnny Rutherford ran me into the wall. I was setting him up to lap him, and he turned to the right for whatever reason, I don't know, and I had no room, and I got caught between him and the wall and went for a good ride.
Seems to me you're saying JR knew you were there and he was squeezing you.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that, but I'd say that I don't know why he changed lines, but he changed lines on me, and it caught me totally off guard because I had him set up really nice to pass him into the next corner, and I don't know why he did it.
Well, with you gone, who do you like now? Only a few laps left.
Well, I'd like to see Rahal take it because right now Sullivan's closest to me in points.
Michael, thanks very much.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, Michael Andretti did go into this race as the points leader, and Tom Sneva was in second position in the points with Danny Sullivan third, Mario fourth, Al Unser Jr. fifth, then Rick Mears and Bobby Rahal in seventh in the point standings going into this race.
Bobby Rahal, who has become one of the top runners in IndyCar racing on the road courses. He has won 5 times. That ranks him sixth among the currently active drivers. He has 6 poles, which ranks him fourth, and he's won over $650,000, which also a fourth ranking.
Kevin Kogan, who was running in fifth position, as you can see, is in the pits right now. We'll be back after these messages. With just 7 laps to go, Bobby Rahal leads the Molson Indy. Danny Sullivan runs second. Al Unser Jr., whom we are watching right now, is third, minus a right front wing. Fourth position belongs to Mario Andretti. Fifth, Kevin Kogan. He did hold on to fifth position despite his late pit stop. And in sixth is Tom Sneva, who has once again just been very consistent out there. Is going to wind up, it appears, in the top 10 and keep himself in contention for points. Tom was in second position entering this race in points.
And by the way, talking about Sneva, John Anderson and crew, they are really looking forward to Michigan International Speedway. They're already thinking pole there. As you know, Tom is extremely good at the ovals, and they have run good on the road courses this year. They have felt that they have shown some progress and really have gone through a learning process, made some real headway, and they are very optimistic about going back to the ovals, and MIS is very appealing to them, and they are pumped up about it.
And you know, Tom took his schooling as far as road courses are concerned at Mosport Park, not too far from here. Now we can see that Mario Andretti has really closed in on Al Unser Jr. This is a battle for position as Mario tries to put himself in third. We'll watch to see what tactics Mario employs here to get around Al Unser Jr. They come around corner number 7 and brake heavily into turn number 8 now. Al Unser Jr. still holding on to that spot, but Mario right behind him.
Bob, another factor that's popped up here. I saw in a couple of shots, somebody has oiled this racetrack down pretty well, and you can see that intermittent red and yellow striped flag being displayed at certain points around the racetrack. That's an oil flag. That's an indication. There goes Mario to the inside of Little Al, and like when Sullivan did it the first time, basically Little Al is without a weapon going into that corner with no downforce on the left front, the right front.
So Mario Andretti captures third position going into corner number 3. Now they build up speed going down the backstretch. Remember, Al Jr. has the advantage down the backstretch because there is less drag on that car because of the absence of a right front wing, but he is unable to catch Mario as they once again have to brake and go into the corners.
Still, I imagine you got to turn to the right to keep the thing from turning left with all the downforce on the left-hand side. ride. It must be a real handful handling a car at 165, 170, 75 miles an hour with all the downforce pressing the car down into the ground on the left side and the right front basically floating.
Look how close first and second are, though. Bobby Rahal has not been able to lengthen his lead over Danny Sullivan. We have got about, let's see, we're on lap 99, so we've got 4 more laps to go, and Danny Sullivan is still in a position to win this race. He is less or just a little over a half second behind. Really, it's a matter of car lengths between the two, as Debbie Rahal and the other members of the Budweiser crew and the True Sports crew watch for their driver to see if he can capture the victory here today.
Debbie, as with most of the wives and girlfriends, wearing Bobby's wristwatch as Bobby is out there doing battle. It's one of the last things they all take off and hand to their respective spouses before they go out, and one of the first things that they get back. Bobby Rahal, the winner of this year's Indianapolis 500. You had the feeling all week long that things had begun to get back to normal. You know, there is so much fanfare, so much attention away from the race course that is applied to your team after you win the Indianapolis 500. Then modify it with what the team went through with the death of their team leader, Jim Truman, a little more than a month ago. And they've had quite a situation in trying to get back on track in terms of the winning ways. You had the feeling that Portland had to be very difficult. They must have been going through the motions there. And with everything else that was going on, perhaps it's taken till now to kind of regroup and get back. But Bobby had some time to go home before this race and relax, and he came ready and raring to go, and so did the crew headed up by Steve Horn, of course.
They did extensive testing before this race at Mid-Ohio. As a matter of fact, Bobby crashed a car there at Mid-Ohio, but it was repairable. And the province of Ontario creates some very fond memories for Bobby, because it was at Mossport Park that he met his eventual wife, Debbie, back in 1980. Debbie watched her eventual husband, Bobby Rahal, crash at that race, but nevertheless, that's where they met. And as we indicated to you earlier in the broadcast, Bobby Rahal will visit the White House tomorrow and visit with President and Mrs. Reagan. He has now only 2 more laps to go, and Bobby Rahal will capture his 2nd win of the year.
Can't tell right now, Bob. I can't make a judgment call as to whether or not Rahal is running a very cerebral race, meaning to say that that lead, that difference between himself and Sullivan is only as big or as small as he wishes to be, or if Bobby has just kicked in the afterburner and is beginning to put some more distance between he and Danny. Bobby is such a bright guy, I think there's a really good chance that he is watching Sullivan's progress in the rear, and he may be establishing his own pace. Rahal may be establishing his own pace, predicated on what Sullivan does, rather than just trying to drive the wheels off the race car.
Here comes Rahal out of the corner. Behind him is Danny Sullivan. This time around, he will receive the white flag, and there will be just 1 more lap left on this 1.78-mile circuit. Here he comes off of corner number 11. The white flag is out. Bobby Rahal receives the 1 more lap to go signal. We'll watch him. He's now in the corner number 3, bringing it out of the, corner number 1 and 2 onto the backstretch now, gaining momentum once again. Danny Sullivan appears to be dropping back just a little bit further. Now at the end of the backstretch, he brakes heavily in downshifts going into corner number 3.
Bob, also, this is the first race that the car will have won with something a little extra right on the front windshield. You can't read it there because the camera angle's too far away and the car's going too fast. But there are 3 initials right underneath the front windshield. They are JRT. It'll be the first win with Jim Truman's initials on this race car. That, too, is an emotional moment.
Bobby Rahal in the last stages of this course, negotiating the final turns. That will lead him on to the straightaway and to the checkered flag. Let's watch him. He's in corner number 10. Now corner number 11. He brings it off the corner number 11. He gets the checkered flag, and Bobby Rahal wins the Molson Indy. Danny Sullivan in 2nd position, just a matter of car lengths behind. Unofficially in 3rd position is going to be Mario Andretti. And 4th could be Al Unser Jr. But in any case, Bobby Rahal has won this event in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.